Welcome to the announcement of our 2014 OPSU Aggie football team signing class. It's a real exciting day for all the coaches and the people here on campus, and to get to know that we're adding such a significant part of our new football family that we have here. Just one note first, Coach Randall, our assistant head football coach, had successful back surgery. We're really happy that everything's come out really well, and we look really forward to getting him back here with us here very shortly. He talked to his wife Barb earlier, and we know that he's doing well and he's in recovery, so we're really happy about that. I want to first thank all the assistant coaches and our football players here on campus. The best thing about our campus is our football players that we have here currently. They did a great job throughout the recruiting process during the official visit weekends, and they're the type of guys that these recruits want to be a part of or be with and join our football family. So I want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to our coaches who've put in the long hours during this recruiting process to be able to sign what we feel like is going to be an excellent class. We went into the recruiting process with the idea of a few major goals. We had to rebuild the offensive line. We felt like we've done that with 5 really good signees so far. There'll be some more guys that we'll look at here over the next few weeks, but the group of guys we signed there is, we feel like is exceptional. Overall team speed was an issue. You're going to see some guys when you watch the video of these players that can really run. We could put together a heck of a 4x100 track team out there over the next few seasons with some guys that we've been able to recruit. The versatility of the players, I think, this year is something that's really remarkable. You're going to see a lot of guys that are wildcat quarterbacks in high school that played on both sides of the ball, that have a lot of different skill sets that goes over well to being a good college football player. And finally, we were able to sign a group of guys that share our same visions and the goals that we have for this football program. The idea of strength, unity, and family amongst the Aggie football program is going to be in really good hands with this group of guys. We're really excited about them. They're committed to the same things we're committed to: academics, community service, growth in their faith and maturity, and so we're really excited about this young group of people. Start with the offensive line. This was our biggest area of need from a depth standpoint. There's a couple of guys in this group that we expect are going to have to be able to come in and play immediately for us next year. We're excited about the guys that we signed. It starts with two players from the same school. Matthew Grants was a guard, 6'2", 315, interior offensive lineman from Victoria East High School, and his teammate Cullen Oliver, who was a center, 6'2", 275, also from Victoria East. Both those guys are really exceptional players, and we're really glad to have them part of our football program. Next, we signed Bryce Chambers. Bryce played for Coach Mike Robinson at North Mesquite. Interior offensive lineman, really good on the pull, athletic kid. Excited about him. Jacob Popple, an offensive lineman. He's a 6'6", 250 kid who played center in high school. He's going to make the transition out to offensive tackle and has the athleticism to be able to do that. And finally, Alex Sanders, again, another center, a versatile guy that can play different spots from Elk City High School here in Oklahoma. Every recruiting class, people want to know about the quarterback you signed. We've signed one. His name is Brandon Ramon. Brandon is a 5'11", 180 quarterback from Harlandale, just near the San Antonio area in Texas. Here is the exciting thing about Brandon. Brandon's an outstanding athlete, really good arm, incredibly accurate kid, but he's a 3-year starter at quarterback. He's a 3-year starter at point guard on the basketball team and currently leads the San Antonio area in assists, and was a 4-year starter at shortstop in baseball, and just a really good athlete. He's going to fit in really well with our system here. Running back. Later I'll talk about some of the athletes we signed that might end up playing at the running back position, but there was one that we signed that's a pure running back. His name is Jeffrey Nawari. He's a 5'10", 195 back out of J.J. Pierce out of Richardson, which is in the Dallas area. He's a real natural running back, really good instincts. He's got the type of frame that it takes to be a college running back. That's not just about how well you run the ball. You got to be able to pick up the blitz. You got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And we feel like Jeffrey's going to be a really good addition to our football team and running back. And expect for him to be able to compete early on in his career. Our receivers group, we were able to sign 5. One of those was a mid-year transfer. We're really excited about this group. We felt like that we needed to find some guys that could come in and play immediately for us next year, and we feel like we've done that. Our mid-year transfer was a player named Zachary Lavender. He's a 6 foot 175 kid out of Gulfport, Mississippi. He's on our campus now. Our kids are raving about how hard he's been working in the weight room, what he looks like running during 7-on-7, and things that they're doing on their own. And we're real excited about having Zachary here. The group of guys we signed at the high school group is as dynamic a group as I've been part of in my Division II coaching. It starts with Devin Williams, a 6 foot 170 kid out of Killeen, Texas. I'm kind of partial to Devin. Devin played for my brother at Killeen High School, and my nephew was throwing him the football, and so he's a dynamic playmaker. We feel like he's got a great chance to be a really good player for us in the future. Michael Weaver, 6'2", 175 out of Richardson, Berkner. That's again near the Dallas area. Tough kid. Actually played a portion of his senior year with broken hands, and which is tough at the receiver position, and still was able to be very competitive and real excited about his ability level. Levi Andrews is a 5'10", 165 receiver out of Lavernia, Texas. This is near the San Antonio area. Dynamic playmaker. You put on his video and he can really run. Did great things with the ball in his hands, great yards after the catch, was dynamic as a returner, real excited about him. And Jamin Allen, a 5'10", 160 player out of Arlington, Seguin. When you watch his video, you're going to see how good he is when the ball's in the air, a deep threat type of guy that you can push the ball vertical to. So real excited about the offensive group of guys that we were able to sign, and feel like that as an overall gives us more team speed, and we're excited about the playmaking ability of that group. Defensive line, this is a group I'm really excited about, in part because some of these guys were late commitments to us, so we weren't 100% sure whether we were going to get them or not. Again, I applaud our coaching staff for working hard and getting these guys to join our family. We're really excited about them. Again, we have a mid-year transfer named Dominique Wyatt. Came here out of Rowlett, Texas. We recruited Dominique last year. He got off to another school, got him after a semester, and we're real excited about him. He's a dominating force. He can play inside, he can play outside, 6'3", 290 type of player. Cameron Lyons, in-state defensive lineman out of Millwood. Millwood's been a perennial powerhouse here in the state. Again, another very versatile guy that can play inside, play outside. Cameron's a 6'1", 250, incredibly explosive first step, and you see him play with hands. He's a really good football player. Then we were able to sign 2 defensive ends that are 6'4", type of tall guys that are going to need to get in the weight room for a little while, but really felt like we wanted to go on some potential at this area, guys that could turn into dominating type of down linemen in the future for us, and get them our weight room and grow and develop them. First one is Chris Logan out of Mansfield Summit. That's in the Arlington area in Texas. Long, athletic kid that can get off the edge, can create pass rush. And then this is going to be my favorite name, because hopefully I'll pronounce his last name correctly. Kwame Nekamanola, or Nekim Kolem. I apologize. Kwame, if you see this, buddy, it's a tough name to pronounce, man. I'm real excited about having you, though. He's out of San Antonio Cornerstone, out of San Antonio. He's a really long, athletic kid. When he walked in the door, I just fell in love with him immediately. And a great kid, good athlete, and we're really excited about him and his potential at defensive end. The linebacker position, we felt like it was really important for us to be able to recruit frames. We're a 3-4 defense that could potentially play out in space, but could more help us shore up against the run game. We struggled at that point last year at the point of attack at times, and we wanted to get bigger at that position. We also felt like we wanted to recruit guys that would be hybrid type of players that when we get into a 4-down package might be able to go out and play the open end, defensive end, and create pass rush. We feel like all the 4 guys that we did that with are guys that fit that mold. Jamal Smith is a mid-year transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Again, he was our high school teammate with Dominique Wyatt. We recruited him last year out of Rowlett High School near the Dallas area. He's just an elite athlete, a really talented kid. Could play defensive end just as easily as he could play safety. He's a perfect fit for our 3-4. At outside linebacker, we'll use him in some different situation stuff on the field. Really excited about what he can bring to the team. Vontrick Davidson, 6 foot, 200-pound player out of Bryan Adams in Dallas. Vontrick's, again, very versatile player. Played a lot of defensive end in high school. We project him as an outside linebacker. An incredibly explosive player. The thing you see about him is he was making a ton of tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and really excited about his playmaking ability, and a great young man. Then we've signed Malcolm Rogers, 6'2", 200-pound guy out of Arlington, Seguin. Malcolm actually played a majority of his time on the offense side of the ball, was a playmaker at receiver. You see him do some very, very good things with the football in his hand, but he's a really, really great projection at the outside linebacker position for what we do offensively or defensively. He played that in high school, and we feel like his athleticism is the type of thing we want to look at as guys being able to come off the edge. And then we're able to sign more of an inside interior linebacker, big powerful kid, Larry Lambeth out of Millwood, a high school teammate of Cameron Lyons. Larry was a late commitment to us. We're really excited that he decided to join our football family. Played running back. You're going to see him be a versatile guy on film. But the thing that you see is that he's got the type of frame that can get downhill and really swat. And so really excited about the group of linebackers we were able to find. We signed 3 defensive backs. One thing about OPSU, if you play defensive back, you got to fit our mold. That means you got to be able to play man coverage and play physical with receivers. And so with the 3 guys that we signed, we felt like that were really, really good fits for us, and we're excited about them. They probably all project more toward the cornerback position. We'll be looking at the safety position still over the next few weeks, but they're versatile enough kids that could probably do both. First one's RJ Dantzler, 5'8", 180, corner out of Southmore, Oklahoma. A long, athletic kid, can run in space, flip his hips, do the things we're asking to, and man, he looks the part. He looks like he's college ready to play. He can play against the run and cover, in the pass game. Kimber Jones, 5'9", 160 out of Richardson High School. Really, really explosive young man athletically. He eats up a lot of ground when the ball's in the air. Was a dynamic playmaker when the ball was in the air, intercepting it and being able to make plays with the ball afterwards, and really excited to be able to get him. And then Jarek Mitchell, 5'10", 160 corner out of Mesquite. This is your prototypical kid that can get up and play press coverage. He likes to do that. He played for a coach that's a guy that I know very, very well, and that's what they teach. And he's ready to come in right off the bat and play immediately for us in our man scheme. And his length and athleticism really allow him to cause problems for opposing offenses. So we're really excited about the group of DBs because they're such good fits for what we do defensively. Finally, my favorite group of guys to kind of talk about are the guys we have listed as athletes, because a lot of times you're doing a projection as to where you think and feel like these guys can fit at the college level. These guys could play multiple spots. All 3 of them are guys that when you watch their film, you're going to be seeing them do a ton of great things on the offensive side of the football. They're wildcat quarterbacks. They're the fly sweep runners. You could take these 3 guys and start a great 4x1 speed relay. And so we're really excited about these 3. First one's Jake Keys, 5'10", 165, receiver, running back, corner, out of Gatesville, Texas, and Central Texas. Jake's a 48 second guy in the 400. He's going to run the open 1 and 2 this year. We just felt like we had to get his playmaking ability on our football team. He'll start off on the offensive side of the ball. Darnell Reed, an athlete, 6 foot, 190 out of Dallas Skyline, a perennial powerhouse down in the Metroplex area in Texas. Darnell is another guy that could play outside linebacker just as easily as he could play running back for us. He's going to start off at running back, can really, really run, he's got good vision, physical guy across the board. And finally, Jordan Stanley. Jordan, out of all the guys that we recruited, probably was the most versatile player of his group. He was a 2013 all-area player out of Marion, Texas, which is in the San Antonio area. He played wildcat quarterback, running back, receiver, all the above. Really elusive guy, really explosive with the ball in the hands, and so we're really excited. I think our whole class resembles the things that we want them to do from a versatility standpoint and athleticism standpoint. They're all really great kids. We're really excited. Our signing class will grow over the next few weeks. We're not quite done yet, but a majority and a great core of this class is here now, and we feel great about our group of guys that we have joining our football family. One last thing I want to say about our guys that are on campus now. We have 90 guys here in spring ball. They're busting their butt. They've been working very hard. This is going to be the most committed group of guys that we've had since I've been here. They're really starting to buy in now to the visions of things that we're trying to get accomplished here on this campus. They're very excited after the way we finished the year in our last game, winning by 38 and having a great taste going into the offseason. And I just want to say to those guys that have been here since I took the job and have been working their butt off for us, in 2014 we will. Thank you and have a blessed day.